After 410 years that the temple was standing, the first temple that Shlomo HaMelech built, came the Babylonians and destroyed the first temple. The ambush on Yerushalayim started in the 9 days of Tammuz, in the first temple, and ended the destruction on Tisha B'Av, a month later. That's in the first temple. 70 years after the destruction of the first temple, Hashem gave the Jews a second chance, and we rebuilt the temple in the same place in Har HaMoriah, in the Moriah mountain. That's where the Western Wall is today, on top. The second temple was standing for 420 years and then was destroyed by the Romans. Most of the mournings of the crying that we do for the second temple. Why? Because the first temple, even though it was destroyed, it was rebuilt. So that means the decree at one point was cancelled when Hashem gave us a second chance. The second temple that was destroyed almost 2,000 years is not rebuilt yet. For that we are crying. The ambush of the Romans on the second temple started on 17 days of Tammuz, 3 weeks before they knocked down the walls of Yerushalayim completely and burned the Bet HaMikdash. 3 weeks process it took. After 3 years that they closed all entries and all exits for 3 years and starving the people of Yerushalayim, it got to a point that there was nothing to eat. People were looking for food in the bathrooms of the animals, washing it, grinding it, trying to eat, not to die. People were hiding in caves. It got to a point, Hashem Yerachem, it happened 65 years ago, that people had to eat their own children. After they died, there was nothing to eat. They had to take their bodies of the deceased people and eat them, if not, everybody would die. The Midrash brings a horrible story that every day they had to send somebody out of the cave where they're hiding when the Romans were going around, just like the Nazis do. They come from the same father, Esav. The Nazis and the Romans. They both have eagle in their symbol, eagle. They had to send a person to go and search for food from the bodies out there, bodies that were killed on the street. They have to bring a body into the cave. They have to eat from that. That's what happened. And he saw that the only body was his father's body. And obviously, a person rather died from starvation than bring his own father's body to eat. So he took his father's body. He didn't have that much time to start digging a grave, and he hid it in the bushes. There was bushes over there. He put it under the bushes. And he came back into the cave and he said, I couldn't find anything. We're going to starve. There's nothing we can do. They didn't give hope. And they sent somebody else. They said, maybe you get lucky to find something. And after an hour or two, he came back with the body. And they were eating it. And after they finished, he asked him, how did you find the body? I went all over and I couldn't find anything. He said, you're right, there was nothing to find, but I found it in the bushes. Somebody hid it very well. But I got lucky to find it. And he just found out he ate his own father. This is the situation that we had 2,000 years ago in Yerushalayim, in case you didn't know.